Snort-wheezing again.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. Thank goodness.
The cool weather is finally going to be here tonight.
Well, and there's plenty of time left. Guys, if you're on the fence, don't worry. There's still a lot of season left. I mean, I'm starting to get those calls already. I'm not going to say names. They're just...
They're like, oh, I haven't killed one. The rut's over.
They're stressing. Don't
it's
stress.
The rut anxiety. Rut depression.
Yeah.
People get rut depression.
Well, it's freaky. Listen.
You know who's got it right now? Johnny Herman. Even though he killed a good buck in Wisconsin.
See, you're going to say something about Johnny now and he's going to quit
matter.
or something.
I offered to come film Johnny this weekend, and he was like, nope. My spot sucks. It's boring. You don't want to come here. This is the worst place ever. I was like, Johnny, cheer up, dude. It's going to get better. But he missed his chance. So now I'm going to go film Miller. But it doesn't matter. We have two fun hunts for you. Yes. We're going to rewind the clock a little bit to Halloween morning with Frankie Clark and Clinton Fawcett. And when we're done with them, then we're going to jump over with Tyler Rector. So let's go bow hunting.
What? I ain't seen him anymore. Heard ya. Walking away. Snort-wheeze again, Frank. Snort-wheeze again. Walking away still.
And just like that, buddy. Just like that.
Oh my gosh, dude. Clint seen this deer out in those pastures one all on top of the hill. And he got his nose on the ground. And like before we can even look at him and see what he is really hardly, he's gone. And we're like, he's like, where'd he go? I'm like, I don't know. And we catch a glimpse of him in the bottom. I grunt at him and then he just disappears. He's got all these Russian olives in here and you can't see anything. Next thing you know, I look down, he pops out a 40 going up the hill away from us. He goes up the hill, he's working a scrape. I let him walk off. I tried to grunt at him, snort-wheeze at him there, and I let him walk. He goes up the hill, and I could tell, like, he was aggressive, but, like, the snort-wheeze, he couldn't see where it was coming from. So I let him get halfway up the hill. And I was like, I just took the horns, gave him about 4 cracks. I looked, and I'm like, trying to throw the horns on a hook, trying to do anything. He's down across the creek. I come full girl, he's standing right there, quartering at me, and I was like, I was going to shoot him so bad. I was going to shoot him right behind the shoulder. And then he turned, and I stopped him, and I thought I smoked him.
Dude, the hole is right. The exit hole is against the shoulder. Dude, he is that just goes to show you, he is a giant old deer, dude. You hit him right in the pocket.
And he just like runs over there and just stands there like he just took a bee sting or something. I don't know. I mean, arrow blew through him like butter. I mean, Halloween, baby.
First morning in the tree.
I was supposed to yesterday was supposed to be on my last day of work for a while. So I might work a little bit more. I don't know. Oh yes, that's what we wanted. That's the deer we came in here for too. That's what you do if you do not overpressure deer. That's it right there. I mean, we haven't even stepped foot on this end of the farm. Like we've been waiting. Just good south wind. It's gonna warm up this week, but it's cold this morning, like 34. Right off the bat.
Hey, give me my thermos. I ain't going nowhere without my coffee. I still got a headache. Probably why I didn't have the GoPro run a little slow. Man, hell of a bag. Just throw it on the ground. Man, it's way thicker down here than it looks.
Yeah. Well, that deer come off that big bluff right there. If you look, this deer come this morning. Now I can see it. Look what he did. You see a path right there over there. Try that, all that muffler road. Right?
Yeah, come right on that edge.
Come down that creek this morning, and he come up that hill. He's 40 yards. The time I seen him, he was already up the hill, going up the hill. He goes up there and he works the scrape. We grunted at him, and he just kept looking, doing his thing. Then I waited, I snort-wheezed at him, and I could tell it like you could see him licking his nose and doing some posturing, and like, you know, just I could tell he wanted to come, but he didn't come. So I let him go and let him go up the hill. And there's this tree right here. You can see it's just green. Once he got behind it, I knew he couldn't see me. So I let him get up there 150 yards. And I mean, I hit the horns together like 3 or 4 big cracks. And all I could hear was leaves. I just threw the horns up on the hook. He flies down off that hill, comes across the creek, 20 yards, standing here. I let him turn. Always let him turn. Do not shoot him quartering to. Just a tough shot. So I wanted too bad. I had the pin buried right in front of that shoulder, but I let him turn and stopped him and let him have it. So put the arrow right here. Little triple X.
Yep. It's like butter, right?
Yep. He didn't feel a thing.
Nope.
Didn't feel a thing. He just held it. Like he held everything that he had in until he just took it until he couldn't take it no more. And then he just stumbled right here. He's laying right here.
Oh, dude.
Fighting. Got time broke off.
Yep.
Big old bastard. Ha ha. What I'm talking about. Big old chocolate thing, dude. Big old 5-year-old. I don't know how old. I mean, 4 or 5. He's got to be. Got big brows, good mass. Big old body. What a beautiful deer.
Well, here we go. Into the stand. Spot I haven't hunted yet. It's where I shot my buck last year. And bucks have really been up here active in the dark. There's been a bunch of deer come out by this stand in daylight, so we're just gonna give it a whirl. Deer colorblind, right? We're getting a patriotic side on tonight. Alright guys, well, welcome to the tree. October 24th, about 3:30. Beautiful north wind, probably 40 degrees, supposed to drop down in the 30s tonight. Believe it or not, the rut is starting to crank up a little bit. A couple nights ago out at different farms, all big 4-year-old on his feet. Great looking deer. I don't know if I'd shoot him or not, but great looking deer. And we've been having some good action right here on this scrape on this fusion camera. Mostly at night, but there's been some deer in there in daylight, so we had a fawn come in when I was setting up, so I don't know if the GoPro got him or not, but he basically watched me set up my camera arm and stuff. Never spooked, just walked down this field, went out this cut cord. Had a doe and fawn pop out over there across the field, so deer already up on their feet. We're sanctioned basically right here. We've got a really big bedding area. Probably about 10, 12 acres of timber, really thick stuff. I never go into it. And then we got some cedar thickets and tall grass and a little watering hole right here to my northeast. And what this does, it basically bottlenecks all these deer into this food plot, which is only probably 40, 50 yards wide, but 200 yards long. I planted turnips right here like I did last year. Killed my buck last year, November 2nd right here. And I'm hoping to do it again tonight. Got a couple deer up here I'd shoot. One that I really want to look at a little closer, a real white 10-pointer with short G4s. Big frame deer, he's a 4-year-old at least. He's probably been the most frequent here, and I think he's kind of a bully, so he might get shot if he comes in here close on good film. The one I really want to see is it used to be a 10-pointer, now he's an 8, and he's like 6 years old. He's not in here very much, like every 10, 12 days he comes through here. And I'm kind of hoping that maybe he comes in here tonight, so. Had a picture of him right here last night, or early this morning maybe, on the fusion camera at the base of this tree, so. I'm hopeful that he went in here embedded somewhere and he wants to come out and play tonight. 7 little bucks. Got 3 right here. 2 right here still. I seen 2 more earlier. As the males fight over the only female on the entire farm, the dominant one will win this challenge. Another dink. It's crazy how many dinks I've seen. Boom, baby. Oh, guys. Smoked a big doe. Right here. 20 yards. Looked like I punched her heart out. Oh, there's a deer right there. There's a bunch of deer out here. I've probably seen 20. Gosh, it feels good to get a good shot on a deer like that. Right here. Smoked her too, baby. There's blood everywhere, I'm pretty sure. Looked like it was just bumping out of her chest. Here we go, boys. Triple X did a number on her.
Yeah, she did.
guys. Well, blood approximately 45 yards from the stand. And there she went in the straw right here never came out, so I'm assuming she's dead right in here. I just gotta cross this fence. Believe it or not. Oh, there she is right there, guys. She's dead. Look at all that blood right there. Wipe out. Here we'll go. I'd say it's safe to say I got the heart. Alright guys, well, just getting home, getting this girl cleaned up and everything. So yeah, tonight pretty much went into the farm. Really hoping for a big buck to show up, but it is what it is, and they're just not moving that much up there yet, I guess. Saw 7 or 8 little bucks just running around kind of crazy. But yeah, we got some good deer running around. V8, the big 8, he's number 1 on my list, no matter what. He's 6.5. He's the one I had October 3rd come out. He's been in a food plot several times since then in daylight that I just cannot get time to hunt with harvest and everything. So once we're done with that, hopefully next couple of days, depending on the weather, be able to do some real hunting, get into some of the spots that I normally go into during the rut and spend some time chasing that deer. So until then, hunt safe, use those lifelines, and bow hunt or die.
You know what? I'm excited for Frank. You know what? Clint and Frank, they're a team. They work together well. Justin, I mean, let's face it. I mean, these guys for years know how to do it. And you know, Frank talks about something about leaving a spot alone. And I think that's worth talking about because, you know what, the funk factor is real. If you go in and you mess up a spot, at least I feel that way here in Illinois, like you can only pressure a spot so much, and I'm telling you, they disappear from you.
Yeah, I think it depends on the spot, your entry and exit routes and the deer and everything in that area, but there's no question about it. Like the less amount of pressure you can put on a place in October, the better it's going to be come, let's say, Halloween and through November. Like, but I get it, it's hard. Like, we want to hunt. When the hunting season's open, we want to hunt, and if that's the only place you have to go, like, it's hard to just be like, I'm just not going to go hunt. Like, because you still want to be out in the woods. But if you can leave a spot alone until the time is right, you guys just saw what happened. Unpressured deer, calling, you know, the right place and the right time. So congratulations to Frank and to Clinton on another great hunt and another great buck to add to the wall. You know, as for Tyler, makes a perfect shot, big trophy doe. Like,
did he weigh that baby, or is he losing points?
I didn't see one.
Ooh.
May not have weighed that one.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Disqualified. Somebody mark that down. DQ'd over there. But hey, he still had a great hunt. I know Tyler's put down a couple does this year. He's had some big buck encounters. Hasn't been able to get one on the ground yet, but we all know Tyler. Late season is his. That's his wheelhouse, man.
And here we go. I mean, listen to this talk, Justin. What's the date? It's the 10th, dude. It's the 10th. It's early.
It is still early.
It's early.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, you're tagged out, which is good. Justin's all tagged out. I mean, he is the most relaxed and happiest and calmest I've ever seen him. It's good. It's good. I like it. I like it.
Well, anyways,
I just gotta get going.
Moving on from Todd's massage, we are going to jump into our Ask the Experts question, of course, presented by the folks at Lancaster Archery. So let's go with this week's question. What are your tactics when rattling during the rut? Do you blind rattle at all? And if so, how long do you wait for any response before you rattle again?
That's a lot of question.
That is a lot of question. Let's unpack this from the beginning. Do you blind rattle?
Yes.
Yes. I don't do it as much as I probably should. Tom Alford yelled at me the other day.
I love it.
For not rattling enough. So yes, blind rattling, definitely do it. How long do you wait for a response before you rattle again? That's a good one.
I'm every bit of a half an hour to 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say about a half hour.
That's where I'm at.
Sometimes sooner. Like if I'm in an area where I can see pretty far and I know there's nothing coming, it may be 15, 20 minutes. If I'm not, probably about a half an hour is pretty standard. And
listen,
for me.
Every spot's different. I mean, man, if I'm hunting a spot where I know my neighbors are hunting and I can actually see them in certain I'm not going to rattle those situations. Like,
Sure.
I mean, this is a very... you got to put some thought into this. I mean, you really do. I mean, don't just start cranking on the rattles. Don't go hard. I mean, a lot of times I'll start a little bit easier and work my way up.
Todd likes to start with the tickle.
I do.
And then work his way into the full-on rattle.
I'm telling you, it works.
I like to just bang them together as hard as I can.
He can do whatever he wants to do. I've got footage here. I mean, man. I mean, look at the hunt we just got done watching with Frankie. It worked for him. I was on 3 hunts already this year where it has worked. I mean,
Frankie
I'm telling
wasn't
you,
blind rattling,
no,
mind you.
that
But
wasn't.
I think what he did that was really worth noting was he let that deer get a little bit further away
Before he crashed
before
him.
he rattled, because I think there's nothing worse than calling at a deer when they're close enough to see that there's not another deer there.
Yeah.
And I know plenty of people have done it, whether it's a grunt call, a snort wheeze, a rattle, any sort of deer call. If they're within like 100 yards and they could see you and they know that there's no deer there, like it's probably not going to work.
Not a good
So
idea.
Frankie did the right thing, let him get away where he couldn't see him, riding him right back in. So
Yeah.
thank you to Brandon for that question.
Good
and
question.
thank you to Lancaster Archery, of course, for sponsoring. Speaking of Lancaster Archery, guys, remember the Lancaster Classic is coming. They are having it, is officially on, so make sure you get over to their website and sign up because spots are going to be limited this year. So if you don't sign up now, you may not be able to get in. So if you're thinking about going and you want to come compete in the Bowhunter
Better do
division
it.
with us, make sure you go to their website and sign up today. Guys, next up, we're going to jump into some trophy photos.
Love
so
this part.
let's do that now. Aaron Hintz,
Cheyenne Peterson,
Colin Tebby,
Dylan Derboeven,
Joe Reinke,
Kenneth Jasinski. Well, before we get to the trophy photos, we got some new swag.
Bam, there you go, guys. Brand new Mossy Oak hat with the leather antler shield patch on the front, Bowhunter die in the back, just in time for the holiday season, and just in time for the tail end of the rut. This is a lucky hat right here, boys and girls. Make sure you log on to the website, pick one up today, and now we get to announce the winner of this week's trophy photo, which Mr. Graff selected as no other than Joe Reinke. I hope I said that right, from Pennsylvania. So congratulations to Joe on a fine buck and a fine photo. Make sure you send your information over to us. info@bowhunting.com is the best place to send that to.
They'll
and
still ask.
And we gotta give a special shout out to Cheyenne Peterson with her first buck with a bow, an absolute giant.
Where's the bow?
Look, her dad knows. He emailed. He said, "I'm sorry, we forgot the bow.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
He
we
actually
forgot."
emailed and said he forgot the bow. Oh man,
Yes.
you cut your daughter a chance at being able to win.
It doesn't matter, man. It's a huge buck.
No,
And that's her first
She's
bow
gonna have to
kill
push
buck.
him out of the way next time and do it herself. Then
Congratulations to Cheyenne.
she'll be-
Don't let Todd poo-poo on your
Send her a
amazing
girl's hat
moment.
for me. Send her one of her cool girl hats.
Guys, make
Send
sure
us your
you
info.
send your photos in, info@bowhunting.com, or use the hashtag #BowhunterDie on social media, and we will grab your social media posts, your photos, and put them here in the show.
I think doesn't choke there for a
I
second.
did choke there for a second.
you okay?
It was terrible. All right. That's it for this week's episode. What else do we got? More stuff coming. A lot of bucks hitting the dirt.
Oh man, we've got footage. We've got deer.
Jert killed another buck. Over a decoy. Barron killed a buck.
Troy.
Troy Spohn killed a dandy buck. Was that one that you had trail camera pictures of?
I'm not saying. No, I
It
don't.
was not.
No.
It was a dandy buck, and
Never
he made
seen
a
it.
great shot on it. So guys, we have a lot
Josh.
of awesome action. Josh Fletcher up in Wisconsin with a public land buck. Oh my God, public land buck! Look out, 100,000 views. Here we come, baby. All right, guys, that's all we got for this week. We'll see you next time. Bowhunter die.
Dylan Derboeven.
Dylan.
You got that?
It's Dylan.
Dylan Derboeven.
Why do you keep saying Dylan? It's Dylan.
Dylan, sorry.